Happy Wednesday! Today is Wednesday. Told you I'd be back in a couple days. So if I sound a little weird, it's because Sunday night I got a really bad fever. I woke up like halfway through the night, was just burning up. Thankfully that subsided pretty quickly, but the past couple days since then my throat has been really sore and I really should try and like save my voice, but I'm really excited about this video and I really wanted to film today before I had to like go off and do stuff. I know when we left off on Sunday I said I was going to sort of flesh out both of my story options that I landed on. Now I started to do that, but then something kind of amazing happened. Basically my plan was to just start kind of like writing a rough outline of each story. I started with the more serious one, so the one that was a little bit darker. I'm thinking it's gonna be more of an adult novel, even though most of the story takes place while the main character is in high school, but it's more, I mean, I don't want to say it's like a reflection, but it's definitely, I mean, it has like darker themes. I feel like it's gonna have more of like an adult theme slash tone. Anyway, so I began just writing it up, kind of brainstorming, going through, and then fast forward to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of notes later, I basically wrote out the entire story. The beginning, the middle, the end, it just started flowing, and that really surprised me that I was just able to get it down so quickly, because this idea I feel was the more vague of the two. I didn't really have an idea going into it what it's going to be about. Honestly, before I went back and saw it in like my notebook and was, you know, reread it, I almost forgot about it just because it was super vague and random, and really I only had like the climax or like the main point of the story out, and I thought it was going to be more of a challenge creating a story around that, but for some reason it just kind of flowed out, so that by the end of it I was like really excited for this. Like I feel like 100% this is a story I'm supposed to be writing. This is my first novella. It just feels so right. I will say though, I haven't quite figured out the ending yet. I wrote down a couple possible endings where it might go. I feel like I won't know exactly how I want it to end until I've at least outlined more or actually started writing it to get a real feel, because I still don't have names for any of my characters. I don't have a title. The title that I've been calling it in my head is basically like a dead giveaway of what the story is about, so I don't want to like say it because I kind of want to keep it more of a surprise, like a twist. I'm not trying to like trick the reader into thinking they're reading something that, you know, they're actually not. But the whole point of the story is to have this one specific event occur and to not really see it coming, but at the same time, you know, having it like, oh, that explains a lot, you know, that kind of thing. At least that's what I'm thinking about so far. So I don't have a title yet. For now, until I settle on a title, I think I'm just gonna call it, you know, my camp NaNoWriMo project novella, whatever. Character names. And I also don't have the specific locations set out yet. So there's 2 main locations, like I said in the last video. One of them is a more rural area where the bulk of the story takes place, and then there's like the more urban area, like a city scene or whatever. I'm getting way more excited for it than I thought I would, because when I first started the idea out of my notebook, it was definitely the odd one out compared to all the other ones I came up with. This is the one that is more contemporary than anything, and like I said, I honestly almost totally even forgot I wrote it down. I can't remember for the life of me where the idea even came from. So the fact that it was just able to take on like a life of its own was really surprising to me. That's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna take a little bit of time. I've started looking at names, you know, going to like baby name websites and stuff and trying to get a feel for the atmosphere of the place and characters, because this is definitely one of those times where the setting greatly influences the character names. Also gonna try and narrow down the setting choices. I think they're gonna take place in real American states, but at least the town name in like the rural setting will probably not be real, but it might be based on something else. However, the city, I feel probably I might actually use a real city for. I'm still very much in the beginning of even deciding on what to do with those, so we'll see how that plays out. Depending on how that goes today, I'm gonna at least try to get my first outline started. Not sure if I'm gonna need to / have the time to make multiple passes over the outline before I have to actually start writing the first draft. But I'm not too worried about it because it is going to be a pretty linear story, and I doubt I'm going to have any subplots, and I'm going to try to keep it that way. And I know this might be a little bit early to say, but so far I'm really digging this sort of simple little project. I feel like I'm exerting just enough brain power on it so far to be satisfied, but at the same time not overwhelmed, which I feel is exactly what I need right now. So I'm going to get to work, and I will catch up with you in a little bit. Wasn't so bad. I actually ended up going with, I think, yeah, so for my two sort of main characters, one main character that the story is taking place like from her point of view, and then like the secondary supporting character, I don't know, the next like big person who, you know, is involved with this. I went with like the first names that I had written down for them, so at my locations that was pretty easy also. I kind of went with the first things I saw that like stood out to me. I don't know, maybe I just have like good like intuition or something, or I know what I like so that when I see it I'm like, oh yep, that's it, and I don't have to like make long lists about it. So also, I don't know if it's just me, but I cannot like name characters after like people's names that I know in real life. You know, like let's say I know somebody named Sam, or like I work with somebody named Sam, not that I do, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to call a character Sam. So I was talking about this with someone a while ago, I think another writer, and I was saying, yeah, you know, I can't like name characters after people I know in real life, and they're like, why? And I'm like, because every time I hear that name or see that name, I think of that person. Not that I'm like basing the character off of them or anything, but it's just when I'm making characters, like I like them to be unique, and I can't go into, you know, creating them and stuff with another person in mind. Like I just think it's weird, but I don't know. I thought that was a pretty common thing, but maybe not. I'm not sure. That's another thing that kind of makes this a little bit hard, is like whenever I come across a name that's familiar to me, I'm like, oh nope, can't do that. So, anyways. I still have a little bit of time before I have to get ready for work, so I'm going to eat my salad, and then I think I'm just going to get started on making out a like physical outline. I think I'm just going to take my giant paragraphs of words and maybe simplify like the main points a little bit and write them out on like index cards or something so I can lay them all down and really see the progression of the story, because it's hard to see when it's on pages and you have other stuff filling it up, like ideas that you just don't want to forget, so you write them along with it. But yeah, I want to get the main points down and see where we're at there, see if there's a lot of stuff going on or maybe not enough, so I can get a better gauge of that. So yeah, I'll check back in with you in a little bit. I'm at a decent stopping point right now. I have to start getting ready for work. I'm probably like around a quarter of the way in. Ooh, hello. Just writing them on these index cards, so it'll be easy to like add stuff in or shuffle them around later. I don't have a late day today, so I might pick this back up when I get home, or I will pick it up tomorrow. I think I have... Yeah, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll definitely try and get this done between today and tomorrow. So I might as well just keep this video going until I'm done with the outline. That way we can at least leave this video off at a good spot. So I will talk to you later. Alrighty, so I just got home a little while ago and changed back into my pajamas. And then I finished up my scenes. So there's only 16 in total right now. But yeah, I just want to get like the basic ones down first, so I'm gonna lay these out, see where we're at, and then probably take a picture. So after I lay these down, I'm gonna look for any gaps or anything that's just like blatantly staring out at me. I won't be able to really gauge anything major until I go in for my next round of outlining. Since this is the first time I'm mapping out an outline for such like a small project, I wasn't sure exactly how it would turn out. So I'm gonna let this sit for a couple days, and my next step is gonna be some researching. I want to get all my facts down, and I want to get my places down and all that kind of stuff ready to go for when I start writing. Because that really helped me during NaNoWriMo. I pretty much did as much research as I possibly could beforehand, knowing that I would need it, so that way I didn't have to like stop and look stuff up as I went. So that's up next, and also probably making up a, I guess, like real outline. Sorry, my pop socket keeps falling off and I don't know why. But anyways, I'm gonna leave you off here. Thank you for watching. If you're gonna be participating in NaNoWriMo, good luck to you. All the links to my stuff will be down below, and I'll see you later.